What if I told you the biggest reason you're stuck in life has nothing to do with your talent, your education, or your willpower, and everything to do with a quiet voice running in the background of your mind? 24/7? That's the bold claim behind one of the most controversial and influential self-help books of all time, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Millions have read it. Many swear by it. And just as many say it's pseudoscience dressed as wisdom. So today, we're going deep to dissect what Joseph Murphy got absolutely right and what he got very wrong. Not to criticize for the sake of it, but to sharpen your understanding. Because if belief is power, we better be careful what we believe. Joseph Murphy was a minister and speaker who blended spirituality, psychology, and ancient philosophy into a single idea. The subconscious mind accepts whatever you consciously believe, so believe the right things and you'll create the right life. Simple, seductive, empowering, and, as we'll soon see, incomplete. This book has shaped personal development culture for decades, from vision boards to manifestation, TikToks to modern productivity gurus. But few have gone back to ask, does it hold up? Is it useful? Or is it dangerous? Let's find out, starting with what Murphy actually got right. What Joseph Murphy got right. Let's be fair. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind contains powerful truths. Not just nice-sounding ideas, but real psychological principles that hold up under scrutiny. 1. Repetition builds identity. Murphy taught that if you repeat a thought often enough, it becomes belief. Belief becomes behavior. And behavior becomes identity. Modern psychology says the same. This isn't woo-woo, it's neuroplasticity. The brain physically changes with use. Neural pathways strengthen like muscles. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, uses this same approach. So do elite athletes who visualize success before performing. And so do effective affirmations. Not because they're magical, but because they shape attention and behavior. Your subconscious does act like software, and repetition is how you write the code. 2. The sleep programming window. Murphy emphasized the power of suggestion before bed, the last 5 minutes of consciousness, as the most fertile ground for subconscious influence. Again, modern research agrees. During the hypnagogic state, the transition from wakefulness to sleep, your brain slows down. Alpha and theta waves dominate. You become more suggestible, less critical, more emotionally open. That's why so many habit experts now say, don't go to bed angry. Don't watch negative news last thing at night. And definitely don't doom scroll TikTok at 1 a.m. Murphy was decades ahead here. The final thoughts you feed your mind before sleep shape your emotional state the next day. 3. The role of belief and the placebo effect. Murphy's most famous claim is this: whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. Sound far-fetched? Maybe. But consider this. The placebo effect is real. In some studies, placebo pills work almost as well as real medication just because the patient believes they're healing. Belief doesn't just change emotion, it can change physiology, pain relief, immune response, even motor recovery. Murphy wasn't completely off when he said belief can heal. The problem is how far he pushed that idea. Which brings us to the other side of the coin. What Joseph Murphy got very wrong. For all the insights in this book, there are also serious flaws, logical gaps, unfounded claims, and irresponsible implications. Let's unpack them. 1. Magical thinking disguised as science. Murphy doesn't just say belief influences your life. He claims it controls it completely. In one chapter, he says a man cured a tumor by simply imagining his cells healing. In another, he talks about growing back a limb through thought. He even suggests that poverty, disease, and failure are caused entirely by negative thought patterns. Let's be clear. That's not psychology. That's wishful thinking wrapped in spiritual language. There is zero scientific evidence that belief alone can regenerate body parts or manifest wealth from thin air. And pushing those ideas without clear disclaimers risks misleading vulnerable people. 2. Ignoring external reality. Murphy repeatedly claims that your circumstances are nothing more than the outpicturing of your thoughts. That sounds empowering, until you ask, what about people born into war, poverty, or abuse? What about trauma? What about systemic injustice? Murphy's model leaves no room for those, which means it risks blaming victims for their pain. If you're sick, it's your subconscious fault. If you're broke, you must be thinking the wrong thoughts. That's not empowerment. That's spiritual gaslighting. Yes, mindset matters. But so do systems, environments, and real-world obstacles. Any philosophy that ignores those is incomplete at best and harmful at worst. The balanced truth. How to use the good, skip the hype. So here's the real question. What can we actually take from Murphy's book without falling into fantasy? Here's the practical synthesis. Beliefs shape perception. What you focus on expands. Your subconscious filters reality through what you expect. So be intentional with your inner dialogue. Repetition rewires behavior. Want to change a habit? Change what you say to yourself. Daily affirmations, written goals, and consistent visualizations all matter not because they're magic, but because they program your emotional GPS. Sleep is a gateway. Try this tonight. As you lie down, breathe slowly. Imagine the version of yourself you want to become. Say, every day I am becoming more confident, focused, and calm. Feel it even 1% is enough? This isn't manifestation, it's emotional priming. You're setting the tone for tomorrow. But belief must be paired with action. Don't just visualize success. Schedule it. Don't just write affirmations. Align them with habits. Your subconscious is the engine. Your conscious actions are the wheels. Final reflection. Joseph Murphy didn't write a scientific manual. He wrote a myth, a powerful story, that resonates because it speaks to something true. That our inner world matters. But belief alone doesn't move mountains. Belief plus clarity plus action does. So yes, the subconscious mind is powerful, but it's not your servant. It's your teammate. Treat it with respect. Train it with intention. And don't confuse metaphor for magic. Call to action. In the next episode, I'll show you Joseph Murphy's sleep programming ritual, the exact technique he taught, and how science either supports or debunks it. If you found this helpful, like the video and drop a comment. What's one belief you're ready to rewire this year? Remember, your subconscious listens when you speak. Make your words worth hearing.